Okay everybody, hello, how's it going? Frankie here with New West Reset. And today, as you can see, Western Canada High School. Excuse the traffic noise, it's on a very busy roadway, 17th Avenue Southwest here in Calgary. It says up top there, built in 1929. And again, you can see it's just a beast. It's just a huge monster of a school. A few discrepancies here, which we'll talk about in a second, but first let's have a look at some of the gorgeous detail. Again, lots of sandstone. There's some sandstone detailing there on the top. A couple of little spires sticking up there, those are sandstone as well. Above or below the windows, sandstone, above a beautiful brick detail. Just a massive school. Lots of intricate brickwork. You can see where they've done sort of a cross-hatching under the windows where bricks go in different directions. Very nice, beautiful detail. So let's go up to this building here and check out the main door and see what we can see. Okay, this is one of the two main doors. There's one on either end, flanking both sides of this building here. As you can see, well, I don't know how well you can see it with the glare, my apologies, but 1929 it says up there. And right away I'm noticing that the detail along the roof line with sandstone and just above the window detail here as well does not continue throughout the rest of this building. So, and along the foundation, or foundation in quotes here, you can see stubby windows here and then the rest of the building nothing. And this foundation looking a little higher than the rest. So this, I suspect that this was the original building and then it was added onto later on. You can see something there is bricked in as well. So these blocks here around these lower windows are sandstone. They're actually not concrete blocks. But then underneath there you can see a little bit of a foundation. That's new foundation. That's concrete. Let's get a closer look at this entrance here. So as you can see, beautiful detail going up and all around this door. Just gorgeous detailing here. Very huge high doors, double doors, windows above, and then rows of windows that go all the way up. And then crummy concrete or cement stairs going up to the front door. So again, very suspect. Let's see these windows here. Yeah, see, these have been retrofitted and patched in. So this up here is old original sandstone. This is actually concrete here. You can see the pebbles in there. So this is not sandstone. And this is sandstone. So now we're on the side of the building here. And you can see above the windows here, again, beautiful detailed sandstone. Something there looks like it was bricked in. It's got a gorgeous sandstone frame around it. Again, beautiful detail there along the top and along the roof line. Massive windows all the way down. Again, stubby windows all along the bottom here. Let's see what we can see here. Funny looking little door. There's probably a window. Yeah, and this goes. Yeah, that's concrete there. So they've kind of done some more modern maintenance here by putting some concrete down there. And of course they've added onto it over the years. They added a gymnasium and all kinds of stuff at the back. So we won't bother looking there at all, but the detail, just even just on the side of this building, it's just beautiful. See here now, you can see on this end, they have the same detail as over here with the windows and then this beautiful sandstone. But here you have windows, sandstone, and then more windows. And then again, this looks like it was bricked in and they added smaller windows, and then a gorgeous detail there on the top again with these little, they're not globes, it's hard to see, but they're actually sort of tapered, 8-sided, haha, big surprise, 8-sided little doohickeys there. Same thing there. Oh, one missing, uh-oh. And then in the front of the building that we saw as well. Just beautiful. Pardon the wind, but you know, with these little cutouts with the sandstone all around it. So let's keep walking around the front and see what else we can see. So we're back at the front here, and there's that portion that's been blocked in. Quite a huge piece, directly under a window. And you can still see the brick details, so I'm thinking window, they made it larger for something and then bricked it in later on. You can see a bit of a funny repair here that doesn't span the entire width of this cutout section. And does that line up with that window? Well, the edge of the repair here does. Very interesting. So yeah, I'm thinking from here down was added later on. Still beautiful old red brick. It's all sandstone there as well. There we go, Western Canada High School. Again, those little bobules on the top there with the beautiful detail and coat of arms. Well, it's not a coat of arms, it's just an empty sort of square shape, but it looks like it wants to have a coat of arms on there, if that makes any sense. I have no doubt that this section of the building is still quite old, but definitely not as old as that first section we looked at where it says 1929 on the top. Funny little vent under that window there. I can see under these blocks here, there's concrete there under those sandstone blocks. Lots of beautiful details. So, okay, here, so this almost exactly mirrors that other side. 1929, there on the top. Beautiful sandstone detail coming all the way down, just like on that other side. The beautiful wooden door. This is obviously a modern retrofit. Concrete stairs and crap. You can see the sort of checkerboard and crosshatch brickwork here. Just absolutely outstanding attention to detail on that. Love these. They're sort of got like little peaks on the tops of these, almost obelisk shaped. Very interesting. Again, these lovely details along here. Let's see what's around the side. This is part of the complex as well. Just additional buildings, and then they've connected them all here at the back. So here we are on the other side. This is the eastern side of the building. And again, we see these windows, the small windows above. Beautiful detail, and then just this giant sandstone framed in sort of area. Again, it's, you know, spared no expense or time with the sandstone little bits here and there, but I don't know. There's nothing in there. Were there windows in there? What's the deal? It looks very strange. The brick looks identical. So if it was bricked in, they did a hell of a job for sure. Funny little window here. I hesitate to say that this little window was original. I don't think it was. I think that was a retrofit, because you could still get sandstone, or they could repurpose sandstone from elsewhere in the building, slide it in. But nice little pointed detail there. Kind of mirrors the detail up in here a bit. Very, dare I say, Tartarian inspired. There is a vent there though, so maybe this window was wider at some point. Now, this is concrete and this is sandstone. It's very strange. This is all concrete here, sandstone here. I'm not seeing anything down here except for some different colors here, but that's just different colored sandstone. That's natural. That can happen. But just amazing old building. Just all the little inserts of or inlays of sandstone block in there. Gorgeous. Again, we see the same sort of zigzaggy roof line or ridge line. Massive windows on here as well, going all the way down. And then here where they've put in a retrofit another little entrance so they can gain access to all this modern added on stuff here. They've bricked in, let's see if we can have a look. It looks like there was windows in there. There's sandstone around and it looks like they've bricked in some windows here. Yes, they have. So all of these in here were at one time windows, or looked to be anyways, and they're all bricked in, or actually in the case here, sandstone blocks. So they're blocked in with sandstone here and the rest up is brick. But again, as you can see from the front entrances, you do have to go up a couple of stairs. So I'm not too familiar with the school, although it isn't too far away from where I live. I didn't go to the school, so I don't know if there's a basement to this or not. I'm not seeing a lot of vents or anything, at least not in what's supposed to be the original structure here. You know, you'll see some, if you look close enough, sometimes, you know, a fella will see something shooting out a vent or some utilities access going right inside there on the bottom, but I'm not seeing anything here. But that doesn't mean that there isn't anything down below grade, you know. Beautiful old building. Western Canada High School, 1929. And the population of Calgary by 1929 was getting to be pretty big, somewhere around 40,000, 40 to 45,000. But as I mentioned, there is a bit of a discrepancy with some of the dating on this. No big surprise, but over here there's a, see this sort of war memorial obelisk shaped item here in the front schoolyard. Let's go and check that out. I noticed something interesting about that. It may answer a couple of our questions. Okay, this gentleman, very helpful. He's actually a teacher here at this school. So I just asked him a couple of questions. And he said the building has gone through a number of changes. Originally, from what he can recall, roughly 1904 was when the original structure was built. It was built as a college, and it was an all-boys college. And then as the city grew, they added on and expanded it. So because this and the other side are the same but different than the middle section, that kind of leads me to believe that this was maybe added onto as the frontage or the facade of the building, and they did a nice job of mirroring the brickwork. But this brick definitely looks a little older than this brick, slightly. He said it was an all-boys college, but I'm thinking with two entrances that are identical, it might be very similar to that other old school we looked at, where at one time perhaps it started as a boys' college and eventually it was co-ed, and then they had a boys' entrance and a girls' entrance. So that answers a discrepancy to a certain extent that I had. And that's with this war memorial that's here. So as you can see, 1914 to 1918, so it's a World War I war memorial. And on the plaque here, and you can pause it if you like, but it says this monument commemorates those boys of Western Canada College who, at the dawn of their manhood, died for their country in the Great War. So that's initially that discrepancy that I was referring to, that if there were students from here between 1914 and 1918, but this was built in 1929. So the date 1929 is perhaps the date of the refurbishing or the expansion of the school, and not the original date of the school, because this date of 1914 to 1918 says that there were college students. This is dedicated to those college students that went to the school. So I think that answers a couple of questions. I think this originally was used as a college, and then later expanded and converted to a high school. But who knows what it was prior to that, of course, because she's a massive one. I mean, she just goes right from the eastern sun to the setting west here. You know, this is half a city block. So she's a massive, massive school. There's a couple of other interesting buildings kind of in and around the school grounds here. So let's do a little bit more exploring before we seal the deal today. Okay, so we're on the eastern side of the school now, and you can see this is more modern build. This school has auto mechanics shop classes, so this is access for vehicles and that sort of thing, which is really cool, I think. But then you can see here this other building, which has now been attached by all the other buildings, at one time was separate from the main school. And again, we're back to this old brick. Old brick here, sandstone here. This is sandstone, and then newer brick repair put in underneath. This brick is definitely newer and is a different brick than this brick. So I don't know if it's repair or if it was put as a facade to cover up windows or something. Very funny looking loading dock style door, but kind of old school. You know, with the glass inserts and the glass above. They've put a door in here, which obviously used to be a set of windows, like the rest down the building, and they've just put in this crappy concrete stairs and a goofy metal door. Probably a fire exit for shop class or something. But this is sort of the artsy, creative side of the school where all those types of classes are held. Shop class, art class, that sort of thing. But again, here you can see, just trying to avoid the glare, but beautiful. This molding here is all sandstone. Beautiful brickwork above the windows, and again that nice little sort of cutout detail, all surrounded in sandstone all along here. Little diamond shaped sort of squares every once in a while in here too. Beautiful. And that's all along the front and the other side that we've looked at as well. Nice little detail above this door here also. Nice little sort of a cap above. Again with those little doodads. One missing again. I don't know why they don't replace that. You can still get sandstone and match it, no problem. This is funny looking. This is really funny looking. This is a retrofit on a retrofit on a retrofit. So you can see they've just nibbled out all of this, put a giant concrete beam across there. And then whatever was in here before, I'm guessing a large door like those down there maybe. And then they've kind of schmutzed it in and they just added the steel door. Goofy wooden stairs. Looks like it was another loading dock of some sort at one time, because there's a steel plate here like there was at the other one. And again, it's older brick here. So they've patched something in here. They've done a patchwork here, you can see. Vents, so I'm guessing windows were here at some point. The brick's a little newer. And then back to older. And then another patch. With a steel door, concrete stairs. So again, I'm thinking windows were here. It has that same, try and get out of the glare, there we go. Same brick detail there as there is above these windows. So these were windows. Brick detail there going by the vents, so that was a window. Those were windows as well. Again, this is all older, has that same detail still going along here. Another one of these doors, beautiful doors. Absolutely gorgeous, big wooden doors, the glass above. This is just, yeah, it's aluminum, whatever. So it's been sort of retrofitted, but it looks very nice. And again, this sort of last little detail, and then boom, we get in again into new construction, but they've maintained the brick. But you can see levels are all different. New foundation poured here, and then this built on top. Whereas this was, I think, kind of worked in, or like I said, is a facade. They've put this here, which angles out, and then they've got brick. So this layer of brick is further in by about 3 or 4 inches than this lower level of brick. And it's a different brick. It's a lot darker. See, they filled it in here with just some crud. Let's head around to the back, because the other interesting thing I think is around the back side of the school here. So let's have a peek here. So this is all new. This is what I wanted to show you. Look at that beast. What the heck is this behind a high school? Let's have a closer look, if we can. It's all gated in. They've got school buses parked in front of it. Look at this beast. Sandstone on the bottom that's not concrete. Beautiful brickwork, the old brick that matches the front of both flanking sides of the front of the school. Sandstone detail here. It's just a giant, I don't know, it looks like a smokestack, but it can't be. Look at the beautiful sandstone detail around there. The same sort of Tartarian inspired treatment along the tops of these. Almost could have been windows bricked in, maybe. Looks like it could have maybe at one time had a dome top on it. So is it some kind of observation tower? Was it a, I don't know what. I mean, this sticks out like a sore thumb from a high school. I don't think it's a chimney for heating the school. It's too far away from the main building. I mean, it's attached now, but I think at one time this was a separate building, because in between the original structure and this is all new construction. But this is just as old as this stack here. It's the older brick, the sandstone detail with the little squares. Again, these little cutouts all lined in sandstone all the way around. I have no idea what this is. Looks pretty old. Not that old, but pretty old. 1940s maybe. This obviously has been bashed in. This, to me, looks old. Stubby windows, sandstone here, vent replacing a window. This is concrete on the bottom, but this is sandstone here. So they've tried to marry these together, and then they've just painted a false sort of foundation line here. They didn't even do a very good job. You can still see the brick and the mortar and everything here, but obviously funny stubby little windows that stick out. But these bricks here. Okay, now here we've got concrete foundation. But then here you've got brick that looks like it continues down underneath this concrete here. It's just been painted. This is the other side of where we just were, that had those beautiful red wooden doors with the windows above. Again, that same detail along here. Lots of stuff has been bricked in or blocked in, but you can see there was windows there. The brick showing where there was at one time windows. So we do have windows there. We had window here, we had window here, and we had window here. This is old, and then you can see the line right there, new, and it's joined in. Larger windows here, all sandstone all around. These windows go right down. Put this crappy glass block in there, which obviously it wasn't original. Again, all that same detail. And again, I can tell from here it's sandstone. I can see it sparkling in the sunlight. So this is sandstone. This is sandstone as well. It's been repaired. But this has been fit in by the looks of it. So these stubby little windows, I want to say, probably go down a little bit further. They're quite low to the ground here, which you would not do. At least I wouldn't. And then this is just the backside of the rest of the modern construction of the school, the gymnasium and so on. There's an auditorium in there. This thing. What the heck is this thing? Any ideas, let me know in the comments, because this is boggling my mind. So, yeah, very, very interesting old building. Western Canada High School, formerly Western Canada College, I guess. And it says the high school was built 1929, but apparently the college was the original building here before, and the gentleman that I spoke to guessed about 1904, 1908, somewhere in there, in that neighborhood. Yeah, very, very strange, very weird. I could definitely see a dome on top of that with a spire, you know. Yeah, fascinating, fascinating old school. Inside there too, I can see some windows with sandstone over top. Yeah, gorgeous old school, old building. Western Canada High School, 17th Avenue Southwest in Calgary, Alberta. So I think that's going to seal the deal. Have a good one. Take care. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you next time.